Here comes your thunder!
to the perennial contender, Les Canadiennes de Montréal, captained by one of the greatest players in the women's game, Marie-Philippe Poulin, and the rest of this Canadienne team. My name is Adam Jenkins. Joined in the booth tonight with me is Alec Reed. We got a fantastic one on tap and a potential playoff series as this season starts to wind down towards the postseason. Markham and Montreal, and Markham's going to have October on their brain, trying to avoid a repeat of getting outscored 12-2 when they went up to Montreal last year.
Yeah, if you're the Thunder, every game now is crucial down the stretch, trying to fight for that third playoff spot. And with the way they Canadiennes are rolling, this is not a team you want to meet in the first round of the playoffs. So an important series here, especially for the Thunder, if they can take a game or two from Montreal this weekend. It'll be a huge step moving forward, especially looking into that playoff push.
And for the Markham Thunder, their first time on the ice in a CWHL game in 20 days. Their last game, January 6th, against the Calgary Inferno, a game they lost 5-4. As you see, Eric Howe, she gets the start tonight. Liz Knox, the All-Star, captain of the All-Star team, an All-Star winner, will be backing her up tonight in those fresh new black pads.
Yeah, Erica Howe has been a staple for this team, has started for most of the season, and has been very steady for them in what has been a few rough patches, especially those games against Calgary that you mentioned before, Adam, was a rough weekend for the Markham Thunder to cap off 2018.
As I mentioned, the last time they played, it was a 7-1 win for Montreal. Key for Markham in this one, get pucks on net. Only 3 shots Markham registered in the first period in the game in Montreal. And we know that the Markham Thunder have the weapons to be able to produce. It's just a matter of getting on them and getting on them early.
Yeah, and it's going to be a speed game. You know, Montreal is one of, if not the fastest team in the CWHL, and speed kills, especially in the CWHL. You have a lot of speed with players like Victoria Bach and Laura Stacey on Markham, so you have to counter the speed of Marie-Philippe Poulin and these Canadian roster. So it's going to be a fast game, and Markham has to come out flying right from the get-go.
And a familiar face in between the pipes for Les Canadiennes, Emmerance Mashmeyer, the Bruderheim, Alberta native. Two-time All-Star gets the start. It is her 17th start of the season. She is 12-3-0-1 with a phenomenal 156 goals against average and a .930 save percentage. 3 shutouts on the year for Emmerance Mashmeyer. And she's going to be a tough one to solve. And as we mentioned, getting shots on goal, one of the reasons why you want to do that is you want to make sure you are testing Mashmeyer early, because once she gets settled in, she is very hard to beat.
Yeah, and it's been consistent. She's done it for her entire career in her 3rd season now. A 1.66 goals against average in those 3 seasons. And like you said with Emmerance Mashmeyer, when you get her rolling and get in a groove, everybody starts to feel it. That confidence just exudes from her, and it goes straight to the rest of her team. So when you have a team with confidence and confidence in net, it's very tough to stop.
Tonight is You Can Play Night, Markham's annual festivities, supporting the community here. So we have our pregame ceremonies. Always fantastic to see these community initiatives, and certainly You Can Play, a cause near and dear to the hearts of many of the players on this team.
Yeah, You Can Play is such a great initiative. It goes by the mantra of if you can play, you can play. Everybody can play the game of hockey, and the You Can Play initiative has been so great in helping people of all communities get involved with the game, as it is such a great game, Adam, and you hope that everyone can play no matter what their circumstances are, no matter who they are. Everyone can play the game of hockey. It's a fantastic game, so a great initiative, the You Can Play Day here.
Especially when you always have young players in the stands, like the CWHL is so renowned for, getting them in young and creating those lasting memories and meeting their heroes. Just this environment of acceptance and the culture of you belong, and it doesn't matter who you are, what you look like, what you do, what you come from. Here we love hockey, and that's the only thing that matters.
Yeah, especially in a growing league like the CWHL, to have the backing of a You Can Play initiative that has been so supportive and helping to build this league the way supporting this league the way it is. When you look out at them, you see lots of young fans in the stands today that are obviously going to be trying to aspire to be a CWHL star one day. Having these initiatives is a really great thing.
And something new you might be noticing on the players' jerseys, you'll see that they're wearing an NHLPA patch, and that's a part of the continued partnership that they have, the CWHL and the NHLPA. Very cool to see women's hockey getting on board with the NHLPA. They've been great ambassadors for the sport, great partners in growing this league, and talk about women's hockey on the rise. Last night at the NHL All-Star Game is a fantastic example of women really showing up and reminding people, hey, we're pretty damn talented too.
Yeah, not only that, dominating the men in some categories.
Sorry, Clayton Keller.
Yeah, seeing some of the most skilled athletes in the world competing on the same stage is a huge step forward, something that we've seen in other sports, particularly the WNBA, and now seeing it in hockey is great to see.
We will step aside now for the national anthems. Nice rendition of our bilingual national anthem. Fantastic job. And when Montreal is here, it's always great to see the youth getting involved with the bilingual anthem. I remember when we were in school back in Belleville, Ontario, we were in French immersion, but the entire school was always taught the official bilingual anthem, and a job very well done.
Yeah, I was not a French immersion student, Adam, but we were also taught the bilingual anthem, and it became a contest amongst us to see who could do the best rendition of the bilingual anthem for all of us English students. So it's a very beautiful rendition when you hear both the French and Canadian versions.
As we roll up the red carpet and get set to go here at the Thornhill Community Center, the eyes of the CWHL on this arena this weekend and their game tomorrow in Bowmanville. The only games on the CWHL docket. So if you're a fan of the league, we're happy to have you along with us here on CWHL Live.
Interesting to note, Adam, the Montreal contingency, Montreal fans always seem to travel well. You look out in the stands today, see a lot of red, blue, and white, or the bleu, blanc, et rouge. It is a very good sight to see fans traveling all the way here to Markham for this one.
All right, the carpets have been stowed, the goaltenders are ready to go, and the referees are doing their final count. Speaking of referees, the officials tonight, Vanessa Lay and Carrie Rumble, the referees and the lineswomen Justine Todd and Kathleen McCarthy, as we are underway. Markham in their home greens, Montreal in white. Costa, she gets the start as per usual for the Markham Thunder. She works the puck in low, and it makes its way back to the point. The shot is stopped by Maschmeyer. Montreal skating the puck out of the zone. Marie-Philippe Poulin, the captain, goes to Ann-Sophie Bate. Quick redirection on goal, and Howe had to be sharp as she gets her first shot on goal of the night.
Yeah, not the easiest stop, but Erica Howe makes it look very easy. So you see this line of Poulin, Bate. You think that is where the offense stops for Lake Canadiennes, but you see Hillary Knight coming out on the ice again. Their second line just as powerful as their first one.
Really isn't a weakness on this Canadienne team as Catherine Daou skates it in from the point, works around, wrist shot on goal, and smothered by Howe.
Going to be an effort here from the Canadienne to get in front of Erica Howe, try to get some bodies in front, as she's a very solid goaltender when she can see the puck, but getting bodies in front has been rattling for her in the past. So a conscious effort here for Montreal trying to get in front.
Catherine Daou, the only Daou in the lineup tonight for Montreal. Melody, not making the trip to Markham. Cross-ice pass for Stacy just behind her. Daou works to keep it alive, but Markham stays in control. Victoria Bach now cross-ice pass for Rattray. It goes behind the net. Stacy skates it out, plays it back to the point, and work down low. Bach centering pass, a stick on it. Another chance for the Thunder. Barbera roofs it but just high and wide. Knight skates it out, flicks it on the backhand, keeps it, working her way down the ice and pokes it down. Howe comes out to play the puck and disrupt the rush from Clement Hadra. Deschênes now. Cuts to the front of that. Low shot and into the trapper of Erica Howe.
An interesting move from Jim Jackson, head coach for Markham Thunder, putting Victoria Bach, Laura Stacey, and Jamie Lee Rattray on a line together, something that we haven't seen from them this year. Clearly trying to spark some offense, getting your three best players on the ice together.
And the three of the 6 players on the Markham Thunder who will be competing in the rivalry series between the U.S. and Canada. We'll have more on that later in the broadcast. That shot dumped in and played into the corner. Back for Deschênes. Nice active stick to break that play up from Brooke Webster. So Montreal has to retreat and reset. Gina Rapace floats one in, takes a bounce just in front of Maschmeyer. Always a dangerous play. Now Richards shot wide of the cage. Boulain picks it up, keeps, and goes ahead to Ann-Sophie Bate. Stretch pass for Sonia, just goes past her, and she's into the corner with Bozek battling. Fortino on the back end, plays it along the boards, poked ahead and picked up by Woods. Markham breaks out of the zone now, played off the boards for Forfar, but a nice defensive stop there from Melanie DeRocher to break that one up. Sonia in the neutral zone, tries to find Poulain, bouncing in the center of the ice, and Fortino able to clear. DeRocher's pass took a deflection, but went to the intended target as Bate skates in and takes a quick shot. Hal paddles that in the corner. Playing along the boards, Markham clears. Some tired legs on the ice as Forfar comes off for a change. Montreal getting their new personnel on as well. Fortino elects to keep it herself. We know she loves to do that, and she's good at it. She floats it down, and the rest of the Thunder will go off for a change. Les Canadiennes skated out of the zone, led by Lauriane Rougeau. Shot bounces off a shin pad, and Howe has to come out and cover up.
Adam, this game's definitely going to be won and lost in the neutral zone. When you talk about the speed of these two teams, we saw a great example there at Ailish Forfar cutting down the wing, trying to get the pass to her. Melanie DeRocher was right there to stop it, but that's where this game's going to be won and lost, is that neutral zone play. If one team can break through both, the first defensive line with that speed, it's going to be very dangerous.
Face-off won by the Thunder, but the puck is turned over. Olivia Atkinson, centering pass, and that didn't miss by much. Tracy Ann Levine with a fantastic opportunity for Les Canadiennes. Levine goes off the boards, back for her defenseman. Pass immediately returned to her. Markham trying to pin that puck along the boards, but they come in offside.
Furious back and forth so far out of both teams. Not being able to break through. Saw a great chance in front for Les Canadiennes, but so far it's been a tough sledding for both teams in the neutral zone, not really be able to create any momentum, having to work that puck in and cycle. So it'll be interesting to see which team can sort of break that barrier first, get our first real good rush and good opportunity.
The newly minted Stacey Bach and Rattray line back out for the Thunder. Deschênes, though, in control for Les Canadiens. Shot turned away. Picked up behind the net by Bannon. Genevieve Bannon, quick pass in front. Deschênes nearly picked up the rebound. No defenders there to cover for the Thunder. Back to Rapace in the corner. Pokes it ahead. Rattray now. Bangs it off the boards and into the neutral zone. Nice centering pass for Saunier. She makes a move. Shot and easily into the trapper. Howe tracked that one all the way.
This has been a great start for Erica Howe, and this is the groove that she sort of needs to get into. We've seen on occasion how quickly she can really get going and shut down a team. So seeing a few shots like this, getting into the game early, getting warmed up, only going to be good things for Erica Howe going forward.
And Howe, the goaltender of record for all 60 minutes, back on October 21st when Jim Jackson left her in for all 7 Canadian goals. Tough one of the weekend back-to-back series. You want to keep your goaltenders rested, and certainly a tough night at the office for both netminders, getting outscored 12-2 in that weekend series. Daou plays it back for Poulain. She returns it to her down by the goal line, but Richards steals the puck and goes around for Fortino. McParland ahead, deflected and now a foot race. Rougeau gets there first and goes around for Daou. Pass through the neutral zone, go the length of the ice, but icing is waved off. Bozek cycles for Fortino. Markham on the breakout, played ahead for Forfar. One touches it off the boards. Now it's gone all the way around as the Canadiens skated out of the zone. Katja Clement Hydra that got taken down, and we will have our first penalty of the game coming to the Markham Thunder.
Yeah, just a speed play. You see Kristen Barbera getting caught there, coming up, trying to make a play and keep the offensive opportunity they had alive. Katja Clement Hydra just flying by, and Barbera sticking her stick out, trying to just get the puck. That's just one of those speed plays. Speed creates penalties, and that's exactly what happened in this instance. Really nothing that Kristen Barbera could do other than get the puck, and she missed it on that chance.
So Les Canadiens go to work on their first power play of the night, converting at a 45.2% clip, second best in the CWHL. Shot saved by Howe into the corner. As Gribbins comes out for some penalty kill time, and a quick shift as Becca King as well makes her way to the bench.
This is not the team that you want to be giving up power plays to, especially early in the game. If you can get an early goal here for Les Canadiennes, especially on the power play, all of a sudden the momentum starts building, and watch out, they can be very dangerous. Like you said, 45% on the power play.
Saunier plays it off her skate and back to her stick. Goes back to the point. Erin Ambrose playing in front of some friends and family, the Keswick, Ontario native, back in the GTA. Montreal working around and getting their power play set up. Ann-Sophie Bate back to the captain. Ambrose now working along the perimeter. Hillary Knight's shot is stopped by Howe.
One of the reasons, Adam, this power play is so dangerous, when you watch when they set up with Jill Saunier in the front of the net, the addition of having Hillary Knight down low on the left side and Ann-Sophie Bate on the right allows them to swing to both sides and get those cross-ice passes, really spreads out the Markham Thunder penalty kill.
Knight, the flip on the backhand. Ambrose faked the pass. Quick shot on goal, goes off the glass and in front of the net, but Markham able to clear. An odd carom that no one could predict. Certainly not Erica Howe. Poulain now for Knight. Slap shot, takes a deflection in front. Ambrose sneaking in from the point, picks up the puck and skates it behind the net. He's it for Bate. Back to Ambrose. Ambrose to Poulain's one-timer shot is whiffed on as Laura Stacey, was in position to get the block. Stacey chases. Let's work back to Poulain. Saunier now looking for options, but a great setup so far from this Markham Thunder as that shot from Ambrose goes off a leg and out of play. Fantastic penalty kill from the Markham Thunder, an area that they've really wanted to work on. Only 32%, second last in the CWHL, but it's looking pretty good so far.
Well, we've seen an all-hands-on-deck penalty kill strategy here from Markham. This is now their fourth different penalty kill unit on this power play alone. So getting everybody involved, trying to kill it off, finding what combinations work.
Olivia Atkinson takes a whack from Bozek. So we're back to 5-on-5 hockey now. Montreal just keeps the puck in at the blue line. Bozek plays it wide away from the center of the ice. Another carom and another dangerous opportunity for Montreal. Usually it's a hometown bounce, but so far it's been the road team, the beneficiaries of some weird rebounds off the boards. Bach ahead for Rattray, showing off her speed, driving on the offhand. Turns around, stops up for Woods. A great pass on the rebound. They score! Victoria Bach. Markham takes the lead.
Talk about a start for Markham. You kill off the power play. Taylor Woods will be happy to get an assist on this one as she had a great opportunity. Fantastic pass across from Jamie Lee Rattray. Taylor Woods just misses, but Amy talked about the hometown bounce off the end boards. Victoria Bach a smart play from her, not tailing away. When you drive to the net like that, we often see players tail away. She stops beside the net, gets that carom off the end boards, tucks it in. Great team effort and play that was all set up from a great seeing eye pass from Jamie Lee Rattray to cut that ice and go cross ice. So 1-0 here for Markham. What a start for the Thunder.
Team leading 13th goal of the season for the rookie. She continues her very impressive freshman campaign here in the CWHL. Larocque pinning her check along the boards. Markham, though, can't clear. That pass is intercepted by McParland. They flip it out of the zone. So after a great penalty kill, the Markham Thunder get rewarded. They lead 1-0 as we near the midway mark of the first period. Montreal flips it in, goes off for a change as Fortino comes back to collect the puck. Trying to find McParland, but little off cue. Poulet now on the right side. Sneaky pass down low, gets it back on the rebound. Second attempt, centers it in front once again, but no white jerseys there to knock it in. Willard's shot looking wide, but Sonia gets a nice tip on it. And you know Montreal is looking for a quick response. King stumbles. That allows Montreal to come in on an odd man rush. Poulin comes in, but she gets taken down by Gribbons. A nice second effort from Saunier, but Howe was ready to answer the bell.
That shift right there may be the proving point as to why Marie-Philippe Poulin is the leader in goals and one of the best players in the league. You watch the patience when she gets the puck. There's a certain calmness about it that she's never going to turn it over. She's always going to make the right play. Erica Howe doing a fantastic job to stick with her. But you saw Poulin even get the rebound, throw it out in front, always calm, always collected, trying to make plays. Fantastic shift from that first line for Montreal.
And Poulin, the leader with the C on her jersey, also the leader on offense, leading in just about every offensive category. Goals with 17, assists with 18, power play goals, and game-winning goals. She really is the heart and soul of this Les Canadiennes roster. Costa in trouble, being flanked by two white shirts, but she's able to play it along. Ella Matucci now starts up the rush. Off the boards for Jones. Daou stumbles, but is able to find Deschênes. Jones now picks up the puck from Markham. She's met by two Montreal players as she battles for it just in front of the boards. Markham brings in some reinforcements. Nicole Brown now trying to help her out. Knight once again able to clear, but not for long. Rougeau. Long pass off the boards. Too much for Sarah Lafort to handle. But a turnover gives Montreal another chance, but a great defensive play from Jocelyn Larocque. Speaking of captains and leaders of their team, a true defensive defenseman. Such a calming presence, very steady on the ice. Very rarely will you find Jocelyn Larocque making a mistake. Down low for Rattray. Nice play with the stick to keep the puck. Shot goes wide of the net and is racing over is Larocque to keep it in. Bach and Rattray working beneath the goal line. Rattray away from her wing, and that allows Montreal to break out with speed. Saunier, nice play to keep the puck, and then cycles it for Poulin. Poulin looking for Bate, puts it just behind her though. Willard. Her shot takes a deflection. Saunier goes D to D. Shot in front from Marie-Joëlle Allard, but once again, Howe continues to impress in the first period.
Erica Howe doing everything she can to stop this first line. And for everyone watching at home, if you want to watch creativity and you want to watch offensive display, watch this first line for Montreal. You saw Jill Sarnier with that play, banking the puck off herself to the wall, then finding Poulin down in the slot. Poulin finding that pass, getting it back out in front. This line has just so much offensive creativity and such a mind on the offensive side that it's just remarkable to watch.
Megan Bozek knew exactly what she was going to be facing tonight. As a member of Team USA, she's well used to playing against the likes of Saunier, Poulin, Bate, Rougeau. Go on and on and on. Another one of the many rosters in the CWHL that is just littered with Olympians.
Yeah, this is going to be the combination that we're going to see for most of the game, I'd anticipate, is that Bozek and Fortino are going to match up against this Poulin line. And that's, an all-star matchup in every sense of the word. You have Olympians, all-stars, just the best of the best, if you want to put it that way, going against each other. It just makes for exciting hockey through and through when you have these combinations going against each other.
Face-off just in front of the Thunder bench is lost by Markham. So Rougeau plays it down low. Howe comes out, sweeps it around the net to Fortino. She plays it ahead for Jones. Once again, met by two Canadienne players. As Genevieve Bannon now works along the boards. That pass intercepted by Jones, and the Thunder will break out of the zone. Led by Nicole Brown, she pokes it in and chases after it. Rushing in against Daou. Nice play by Costa to trail and keep the play alive. Jones gets tangled up with Rougeau behind the net. The water bottle's fallen off the ice. And two Thunder players way behind the play. And finally they were able to get off for a change and a bit of a laugh after getting tangled up back there. Pass ahead for Rattray. Jamie Lee Rattray racing in, but Maschmeyer comes out and backhands it away. Rattray cuts to the center of the ice, shot blockered away, but she gets her own rebound again. Bach now. Over to Rattray. This new line has looked really good for Jim Jackson and company. Shot from Rapace once again, kept out by the blocker. Stacy, snapshot goes off the hand of Desrochers, and that one's gonna sting. Stacy carries behind the net, centers it for Bach. Bach picks up the loose puck. Montreal hemmed in their own zone, finally able to clear as Aaron Ambrose goes off the boards. Stacy using that long reach to try and steal the puck, but Montreal finally able to clear as they ice the puck, and the linesman immediately coming to the bench and reminding them, you are not allowed to change.
Yeah, that's a tough one, especially when you talk about how long of a shift that was in the offensive zone, and for Melanie Desrochers actually still can't change after blocking that shot in the hand. And those ones sting. You catch that in the open side of the glove, there's absolutely zero padding there. So from, for Desrochers in this shift, it's going to have to be a quick face-off win and hopefully get to the bench, because I'm sure that hand is really stinging right now, and you don't want to get caught in your own zone again.
And it's a situation where if this was maybe late in the second or even the third period, you might see Carolyn Ouellette, take a timeout and give her players some rest, and you have to think that that's just a tired penalty right there.
That's exactly what it is, Adam. It's just trying to do whatever you can to get the puck out, and for Aaron Ambrose just reaching, trying to get the puck, and unfortunately getting called for a slash there. And it's exactly what it is. When you don't move your feet, you're going to get called for penalties. We saw it with Kristen Barbera earlier in the period getting called for that trip. Now a slash on Aaron Ambrose, which was just being overtired and not being able to move your feet.
So the league's best power play goes to work. 78% clip for the Markham Thunder. Not very many opportunities, just 18 power play opportunities this year, but they have been good when they've had them. Skating it down to kill some time and trying to create some offense is Bate. Three Thunder players converge along the boards, and they're able to take the puck with them. Rattray. Covered by Poulin, she's able to clear, but Stacy bats it down and skates it up down the right side, but she forgot the puck. And Montreal clears and will go off for a change.
Interesting, Adam, to see a quick switch by the Markham Thunder, getting their second power play unit out quickly, trying to maybe spark some momentum and get a different line, a different lookout. Les Canadiennes haven't seen yet.
McParland plays it down the ice, but Montreal able to clear as the Thunder defenders go off for a change. Not much offense through the first minute of this power play for the Markham Thunders. We are just over 5 minutes remaining here in the first period on CWHL Live. Richards wrists it in. McParland races down to meet it. She has Jones for support, but Richards keeps it and now plays it back for Jones. Jones behind the net, up to Richards. Barbera now finds Richards again. Nice move in front. Good puck movement from the Markham Thunder, but in a bit of desperation, Montreal clears, and they have a 2-on-1 opportunity now. Kamahydra leaves it for Desrochers, and Howe had to be ready to go. Larocque up to Stacy. Bach has the puck knocked off her stick and Poulin skates in. As time winds down in this power play, that's going to do it for the Markham Thunder. Back to 5-on-5 hockey as Ambrose speeds her way to the bench. That shot from the point off the shin pads of Stacy. And Rattray, Stacy, and Bach break out of the zone. Fortino collects. Plays it in front for Bach. Kick save initially by Maschmeyer, now into the corner. Poulin showing just how confident she is with the puck. Outskates Bach and finds the open space and plays it ahead for Olivia Atkinson. Montreal goes off for a change in the later stages of this first period. Ambrose fakes the slap shot, thinks about the wrist shot, finally lets one go, but it's tipped and goes wide. Brown around the boards, met by Bach. She flicks it ahead and luckily keeps that one in play. Unluckily, she sends it down the length of the ice.
Yeah, this is going to be a real test here for the Thunder. They've played very well so far, keeping Les Canadiennes out of what we call that home plate area, that area in the slot in between the dots where most of the goals come from. And any chance that has been in that, there's been sticks, there's been bodies in front to block shots. So now with the long change, this is a very important opportunity here for Markham to clear this.
Big face-off to the left of Howe. Won by Montreal, but Jones blocks the shot from the point. Fortino skates around as Markham works on the breakout. Fortino plays that one down. Maschmeyer thinks about coming up, but stays in her net as those tired Thunder legs finally able to change. Battling behind that is Costa. Still forcing Montreal to keep the puck behind their own goal line. Finally, they're able to clear, but that one's tipped off the glass beside the bench, and play will continue. McParland trying to weave her way into the blue line. Markham doing a very good job suffocating this Montreal offense in the neutral zone, giving them no room to maneuver. Larocque plays it ahead for Barbera. And sent in. Allard clears the puck, but clears it into the glove of Barbera. She tries to skate it in, but Markham comes in offside. And a reminder that you can connect with the CWHL and other fans by following at the CWHL on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Tweet us at the CWHL to join the conversation.
Adam, you talked about the neutral zone play, and that's where you have to shut down Les Canadiennes. If you let them get that momentum and get that speed coming in to the offensive zone, that's where they're at their best and at their most dangerous. So great conscious effort by Markham to shut them down before they get into the zone.
2 minutes to play in this opening period. Forfar chops at the puck. Deschênes now behind Howe. Tries to center for Atkinson, but Bozek giving her absolutely no room to work with. And Markham works it out of the zone. Taylor Woods plays it down. Fortino in from the point to chase Maschmeyer out of her net. Forfar there as well. Deschênes. Cross-ice pass for Rougeau. Keeps along the left side. Floats one in, and that will never trouble a goaltender like Erica Howe.
Having Megan Bozek for Markham is so important when you see the combination of her and Laura Fortino. Fortino is such a great offensive defenseman that having that freedom to be able to go behind the net and knowing that someone like Megan Bozek is going to be there backing you up every single time is so important, because it allows the offensive creativity to show that Laura Fortino possesses. So having Megan Bozak back there, always consistent, always steady, going to play that defensive game, so important. It allows Fortino's offense to really thrive.
Bit of confusion in the defensive zone face-off as Bach gets waved out. Finally settled and ready to go. Referee drops the puck, and it's won by Stacy. Looking pretty good in her interim center capacity.
A 1-for-1 on face-offs. You're never going to complain about that. 100% today.
Centering pass from Bach. Bounced over a couple sticks as it's worked back to Matucci. That shot takes a deflection and goes wide of the net. Markham with one last push here in the final minute of this opening period. 1-0 the score, courtesy of Victoria Bach, and she's looking to make it 2. That puck bounces off her stick as she was inside the Montreal zone, so offside is the call.
It's been a tightly contested period so far in the neutral zone, especially. No team has been able to really get that easy pass. Both teams are stepping up in the neutral zone, trying to force the turnover at the line rather than allowing teams to come on the rush. And while it's a risky game, if the puck gets by, all of a sudden you have a 2-on-1. So far, none of that has come for either team.
Taylor Willard up for Sarah Lafleur. Once again, Howe ready to go with the trapper. The 18th shot on goal for Montreal in this opening period. Erica Howe has been very busy.
Has been busy. 18 shots seems like a lot, but I can't really think of a shot where she's been overly tested and had to make a great save. Markham's done a great job of keeping those shots to the outside. And like we said, we've allowed Erica Howe to get in that groove. Now it seems like everything has just been easy. Easy glove saves, easy pad saves.
And a lot of goaltenders actually don't mind that. It keeps them in the game, keeps them occupied, keeps the sweat going as long as they can see it and it's not coming from a dangerous area. Fortino, her shot takes a deflection off the skate of Rougeau. Montreal trying to clear. Brown nearly kept it in. Montreal skates it out. Knight comes into the zone just offside as she couldn't drag the foot in time.
That offside was very close. It may have even hit off of a skate trying to deflect it through. Siler Knight trying to deflect that puck through. May have bounced off her own skate, went back over the line. But really, that sums up the first period here for the Canadiennes. Every bounce just seeming to go the way of the Thunder. And 18 shots and a lot of offense has amounted to nothing on the scoreboard.
Montreal wins the faceoff, then they flip it in towards Howe. Less than 30 seconds to play in this opening 20 minutes. Markham with the 1-0 lead. Richards on the backhand. Plays it along for Webster. Maschmeyer controls the puck for her defenseman, and they had to be very much alert as Brooke Webster was in like a dog on raw meat after that puck. Scary play along the boards as Deschênes and Larocque get tangled up, but they both get to their feet, showing no ill effects. As time has officially run out in the opening 20 minutes of play, the Markham Thunder leading Les Canadiennes de Montréal 1-0 thanks to the 13th of the season from Victoria Bach.
Adam, you and I touched on this before we went on air, talking about what Markham needed to do, and this seems like the perfect start. Getting out to a 1-0 lead, a solid period from Erica Howe shutting the door, and if they need to get a win in this game, this is the way to do it. You have to come out hard. You can't be playing from behind against Montreal.
We're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll recap the first period and get you set for the second here on CWHL Live.
Like people, businesses have their journey, their path, sometimes straight, but more often evolving, growing, and adapting. And like people, businesses' needs change, creating the need for knowledge in areas like accounting, consulting, and tax. Areas critical to your continued growth and success, all part of the journey, and all part of what we do together with you. So that when your business has arrived, it's ready to keep going. MNP, wherever business takes you.
think that's going to hurt her confidence at all. She does love to play the puck, and Liz Knox is one of the best puck-playing goaltenders in the CWHL. Loves to come out and play the puck whenever she can.
Here comes Fortino, leading the rush with the backhand, looking for McParlin. She gets it there, and McParlin buries it. Once again, Markham jumps to the early 1-0 lead over the Calgary Inferno. Jenner tries to flip it in. It was gloved down, but not kept by Markham. That shot on goal left a juicy rebound in the slot, but no Inferno players were there to knock it away. Shot on goal gets through Knox and finds the back of the net as Calgary ties it. It's not the prettiest of goals, but they'll take it. White gets a stick on it, floats towards the slot, but clubbed down by the Thunder, and off they come, led by Bach. Victoria Bach on the backhand, and she roofs it! What a goal from Victoria Bach. Backhand, top shelf. Backhand as she was defended well, but did well to create some offense with the alternative option. But Calgary skated back. They want to tie this thing up heading in the intermission, and they do just that. What a goal from the captain. An offensive highlight reel on the ice right now. Rebecca Johnston ties it right back up just seconds later. Stacey is such a tough player for any defenders to handle. She's so tall and so fast. Very good at creating for herself and her teammates. Speaking of, Johnston, pass in front, takes a deflection, I believe, off the skate of a Thunder player, and beats Knox, who's on the ground still, slow to her feet. Markham protesting for goaltender interference, but as it stands right now, unless anything changes, the Calgary Inferno have taken the lead.
What a shift from the Laura Stacey line. A couple of great opportunities. And if it wasn't for the blocker of Alex Rigsby, this game would have been tied.
All alone in front, Leslie, and she makes no mistake, doubling the Inferno lead. I'm not sure how she got that wide open, but she's going to punish you when you give her that much time and space, and she finds the back of the net. Can't blame Knox at all for that one.
Yeah, again, just a dump-in play. The Inferno trying to get a change, and puck just thrown out. Great pass out from the wall from Brianne Jenner.
Kozaniak up for Apperson. Kelty Apperson, nice pass into the slot. Shot on goal, and what a shot! Brianne Jenner, are you kidding me from that angle? Her intended target at the point. Shot from Bellamy. Is picked up the rebound by McParlin, but she loses the puck, and Hickel in control now. Worked on by Matucci. There's a few Inferno players dart to the bench. Centering pass in front for Gosling, and she buries the one-timer. Howe came out to chase, but she had all kinds of net to shoot at, and she did not miss from there. That's the 6th goal of the game for the Calgary Inferno. 6-2 your score. She was playing pickup every day, seemingly, or every other day. Wow. And I don't even remember what town she was in Australia. It wasn't a big one by any means, but there's ice there, clearly. And a nice goal from the Inferno. That's the 7th, courtesy of Brianna Decker.
Just the speed of this Decker-Johnston line, creating again. Speed with the puck, creativity with the puck. Brianna Decker showing no fear, just blowing by Matucci. And this is often what you see. Sometimes players, when they take the puck to the net, try to go around and outweight the goalie.
Time ticks down. Fortino flips it down. Should be icing, but with time expiring, you're just going to let that one slide as a tough afternoon for the Markham Thunder comes to a conclusion, but you got to credit the winning team. 7 goals on what is a very good goaltending staff here for the Calgary Inferno. They continue to dominate the CWHL. And welcome back to CWHL Live. Puck is dropped on the second period, and we are underway. Markham Thunder lead 1-0 off Victoria Bach's 13th goal of the season. A great follow-up effort. And the Thunder will look to add to their lead here in the second. There's the goal scorer, Bach on the left side, driving towards the net, stops out looking for Stacy, but it's poked away. Melanie Desrochers now. Hard off the boards and down as Montreal will go off for a change. Jocelyn Larocque behind the net, off the boards for Barbera. Turns around, spins, but gives the puck away. Catherine Daou now skating in. That puck took a deflection off Knight and goes wide. Lauriane Rougeau plays it down beneath the goal line. As Montreal tries to find the game's tying goal. Hillary Knight with a nice cycle play, leaving it for Sarah Lafleur. Back to the point, but broken up by the Thunder. And skating it out is Bach. Laura Stacy now on the right side. Over for Rattray. Rattray toe drags, loses it for a minute. And that was enough time for Daou to get in front of that shot as here comes Les Canadiennes. It's a 4-on-1 pass over to Knight, and she doesn't miss by much. Danger still present, though, as Markham tries to work the puck away from the slot. But what a fantastic scoring opportunity for Montreal. Fanned on the puck behind the boards, but Rapace able to recover. Markham clears the puck down the ice, and Maschmeyer watches it trickle past her, and that will be icing.
Adam, that's going to be a chance that Hillary Knight is going to want back. That was a golden opportunity, a 4-on-1 at one point, and a great cross-ice pass. Had Erica Howe beat, but just could not find the net. Bit of a rolling puck, maybe caused that one to go a little wide. But Hillary Knight with a golden opportunity to tie the game just misses.
And we don't see that very often from the Sun Valley, Idaho native. She knows how to put the puck in the net. High shot goes over the crossbar. Race for the puck as it bounces high in the air and finally played down. Larocque tries to clear, but Amar with a nice play to keep it in. And once again, the Thunder ice the puck. But a nice play. It would have been an icing if not for Laura Stacy, who showed us just how fast she can be to cancel out that icing.
And what an effort by Laura Stacy, almost 3 minutes into a shift to put that effort in to cancel that icing just so they could get a change. That line had been out there for nearly 3 minutes and couldn't afford another icing.
Yeah,
was
she
dead
wasn't.
tired.
She wasn't going to spend another 10 seconds on the ice.
No.
That puck hemmed along the boards and a whistle. As we will have a face-off coming to the left of Erica Howe, who was good in the first period, stopping all 18 shots, that she faced. Maschmeyer not tested often, and Markham only had 6 shots on goal, but they got one through. And that sees us at our 1-0 scoreline.
Yeah, got the opportunity that counted. A lot of outside shots for Les Canadiennes. Have not been able to get the puck into the slot to find some very good opportunities.
Richards, nice job on the face-off as she wins it back to Bozek, and they go along the boards. Richards plays it off the boards, but to the wrong color jersey as Montreal skates the puck in. Poulain plays it down, Sonia giving chase. Richards jabs at it. Montreal works it back to the point. Erin Ambrose, shot deflected, just misses wide. That puck took a deflection and goes out of play. We'll see where they judge the deflection and where the faceoff will come.
Seen some nervous moments here in the first period, in the first part of the second period here for the Thunder. A lot of great opportunities that deflections or turnovers that have been caused. Markham has been playing this bend don't break style for most of the game, giving up 18 shots, most of them coming to the outside. But now you've seen Montreal slowly work their way in, getting a couple of great opportunities in the slot. Good deflection there by Marie-Philippe Poulain was a great opportunity.
So the faceoff does come inside the Markham zone, but the faceoff was won by Montreal. Shot from the point, rebound in front. Green shirts able to clear. Back behind the net is Levine. Puck reverses directions, and Lauriane Rougeau comes in from the point. Has the puck knocked off her stick by Fortino. Rougeau still in control, pressing the puck along the boards. Referees telling them to move it, and they finally do so. Daou plays it back down low on the backhand. And a miscommunication as that puck was intended for the point, but Rougeau wasn't back in position in time.
Montreal almost had too many men on the ice penalty there. As Rougeau was coming to the bench, and Markham was screaming for a penalty as someone came over the bench for Les Canadiennes. So there was 6 women on the ice, almost too many. But as you can see, Laura Stacey asking for a call out at center ice.
And it double whammy as Bozek goes off to the box.
It was a surprising no call. If you ask me, Rougeau was definitely coming to the bench. And they had 6 on the ice. Should have been too many women on the ice, but no call. And unfortunately now Markham has to kill a penalty.
As Bozek goes off for slashing. Montreal's second power play of the evening. Markham did very well in the first period to kill off the first shorthanded chance that they had. Ambrose now at the point. Back to Poulain. Ambrose would love to get a goal in front of many friends and family as Stacey once again shows no fear. She goes down to block that shot.
Laura Stacey playing all facets of the game today. Power play, penalty kill, has played a lot of minutes. Showing no fear blocking that shot. So if your best player is out on the ice in all situations, Markham all hands on deck trying to kill penalties here.
And we'll see how quickly Jim Jackson rolls through his penalty kill lines this time around. As you remarked, Alec, they were very quick on the change in the first period. Certainly tougher, though, when the offensive zone is on the other side of the ice. Knight skates to the slot. That wrist shot squeaked through a bunch of bodies in front and just skims along the left side of the post. Montreal working the cycle game as that puck gets tangled up in the skates of the referee. Skating it out, though, was Bette. Tried to find Knight. She could have just shot that puck herself. Poulain for Knight on the one-timer once again, looking to redeem herself, but she puts it high. Ambrose quarterbacking this power play, switches positions with Poulain, skates it in down the right side. Looking for a lane, she finds one. The saucer pass in front, and Bette with a chance, but Howe shuts the door.
Thunder haven't been rotating very well to Hillary Knight over on that left-hand wing. They're playing that sort of box, and when you have that box set up, somebody has to rotate out to a winger who is creeping off onto the left side like that. In this case, it has to be the defense, and whoever is on that right defense side has to rotate up to find Hillary Knight, and right now, Markham isn't doing that, and you saw a couple of great opportunities. You saw Hillary Knight throw that one to the net, Erica Howe able to stand tall in front. A great one-time opportunity that just went over the head of Howe and just missed the net from Knight. So has to be a rotation here if Markham's going to kill off any more of these penalties. If you're going to give Hillary Knight a ton of power play opportunities to tee one up from the line, it's just going to eventually one of those has to get through.
Yeah, you would have to think there's only a limited number of saves or misses that you're going to get from Hillary Knight. She's just that dangerous. After some maintenance of the goalpost, we're back to action. Forfar causing all kinds of problems for Montreal. She disrupts the offensive flow. Markham able to clear, but not out far. Lafort now racing against Fortino. Takes the puck into the corner. Lifts her head, finds an option, plays the puck back to the point. Rougeau back to Sarah Lafort. Her wrist shot deflected in front. Deschênes got an opportunity in midair, but couldn't find the back of the net, as once again, a great effort from Forfar. She's able to get the clear.
Yeah, good hand-eye in front by Deschênes. Just couldn't get that one by, just misses the net.
Skating in is Deschênes. That puck is paddled away, and Bozek will have to wait a millisecond before she's able to step back onto the ice. As there's just 1 second on the board, but it can't be much more than a few milliseconds.
Yeah, Markham's done a great job. Survived a little bit better, or survived a little bit more on that power play. They were able to kill off the first penalty in the first period very cleanly. That one you could sense there was a bit of a survival at some times. But to have, the league's best power play in one of the league's best power plays, in Les Canadiennes out there, clipping at almost 45%. If you're able to kill them off back-to-back power plays in a 1-0 game, pressure's on. It has to feel like a success, no matter how much you were scrambling there at times.
Stacey wins another face-off when called upon, as Markham was kicked out. A bit of confusion with the power play time remaining, and now Stacey will skate down the ice just so fast, and she has sticks all over her and draws a hooking penalty, and Marie-Philippe Poulain is not happy with that call. Pretty obvious one, though, and as we talked about before, tired penalties and speed creating penalties, that's exactly what we just saw there from Laura Stacey.
Yeah, you can almost go 4 for 4 in this game. If it's either tired legs or not moving your feet, it's going to lead to penalties. And Marie-Philippe Poulin just trying to slow down Laura Stacey, getting caught flat-footed. You can tell she's not happy about the call, but when you get your stick across and cause any sort of slowdown at all on the stick or on the feet of an opponent, it's going to be a penalty. So Laura Stacey's speed kills and creating a power play opportunity. So for Markham, it has to be all hands on deck to score here. You don't want to let the momentum get back in Montreal's favor.
Markham still unable to set up their power play. Montreal playing with a frenetic pace now. Bach with the wrist shot, and she scores! Pop the bottle, why don't you, Victoria? What a shot from Bach. She continues to amaze in her rookie season. 14 on the year, 2-0 Thunder.
Is it fair to say Victoria Bach may have the best shot in all of the CWHL? We've seen it on display, and what a quick wrister here as Rattray just keeps it in. Puck almost goes through the stick of Bach, but that one is right under the bar. And I don't care who is in net. No one is stopping that shot from Victoria Bach. One of the most dangerous players in the league.
Montreal looking for a quick answer, Saunier. But Markham able to avert the chance. And we've seen Victoria Bach do it on the backhand. We've seen her do it on the forehand. There's really not much she can't do. And I will be hard-pressed to find another candidate for Rookie of the Year over Victoria Bach. She has just been incredible.
And seems to be building, Adam, as the season goes on. It was off to a bit of a slow start, I guess, by her standards. Now that we've seen the pace she's been on in the past few games, has really been the catalyst for this offense for the Thunder all year.
And you almost can't even be surprised. I mean, she holds the record at Boston University for points and goals in a season. The Riveters wanted her in the NWHL. She decided she wanted to come back to Canada. Somewhat close to home as she hails from Milton, Ontario, but she has been an impact player, and her rise up the Hockey Canada rankings even, no surprise as she continues to dazzle on the ice with a very diverse skill set.
It'll be great to see her in that Hockey Canada Team USA showcase. She's getting a chance to play alongside a few of her teammates and a few of her opponents out here for Les Canadiennes.
And it's very tough to be that impactful when you only stand 5'4", but when you have the speed, the smart, and the shot to do so, you can play like you're 5'11". Down now. Clement Hydra, as she comes down the left side. Her shot right into the logo of Howe. And as we mentioned before, lots of shots for Montreal, but not very many challenging Howe.
Yeah, I'm sure Erica Howe has to be happy with these shots. They're easy to get yourself into a flow and into a rhythm. It seems like you're seeing everything. And hasn't really faced a ton of pressure in front. A few opportunities on the power play. We saw Jill Sonia getting in front of the net and causing some traffic and creating some havoc. But other than that, there hasn't really been much that's been in the face of Erica Howe. And as a result, she's seen everything very well and has been able to stop just about, well, she has been able to stop everything. Only shots she's missed have went wide.
Markham looking for a third. As Gribbins plays that puck along the boards, but she skates over it. Montreal will try to clear. Two more impressive rookies for the Markham Thunder on the ice right now, Gribbins and Forfar. As Knight comes along the left side, but a great read from Rapace to stay right in the passing lane. Gribbins and Forfar, a pair of OUA graduates. Gribbins from the University of Guelph, Forfar from Ryerson University. That shot goes high and wide. Again, nothing really troubling Howe so far. Forfar actually coaching the Ryerson Rams women's hockey team now. She had a game last night, an overtime thriller last night, as she joined the bench after playing at her eligibility. As the Thunder come in on a 3-on-1, Jamie Lee Rattray attempting to go over for Stacey, but a great defensive play from Rougeau to break that one up.
And you mentioned Adam, Forfar and Gribbins, two former opponents, two of the best OUA programs now, with Ryerson being one of the top ranked in the country. Guelph consistently a top team in the OUA and in the country, winning the OUA championships in multiple years in the past 5.
Bate skates it and leaves it for Poulain. She gets it right back and plays it up to the top of the point. Fake shot finally goes on. Once again, Stacey comes out to challenge for the shot block. Markham's top line pinned in their own end right now as we eclipse the midway mark of the second. Markham leading 2-0. Both goals on the back of Victoria Bach. Shot from Desrochers, paddled into the glass, and you talk about former teammates Gribbins and Forfar. Forfar actually used to play with Aaron Ambrose nearby Keswick, Ontario, the hometown of Ambrose, and Forfar growing up in Sharon, Ontario.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of that. A lot of graduates, especially going into the NCAA ranks, you see the likes of Cornell University is one of them, Dartmouth University. Laura Stacey, again, playing with Ailish Forfar at Dartmouth. And Boston University, another one a lot of these players seem to come out of. Again, when you have the most elite players, they're going to go to the most elite schools, and it's not unlikely they're going to cross paths, whether as teammates or as opponents down the line in the professional level.
Ambrose, a 2014 champion with the Clarkson Golden Knights. And we had this discussion off air earlier, Alec, about how Montreal, with the regional format of the CWHL, they get all of the best players more or less from Quebec, and then when you're able to add a player like Ambrose who comes from the GTA to accompany someone like Hilary Knight, that's how you build dynasties.
Well, it's exactly what it is. When players want to come play for you and you have that success, and then you can bring that local pool of talent in, you get that dynasty and you create that. So Montreal has done a great job of consistently bringing in the best players, whether it's from outside of their area or from the Montreal area. It just creates a great culture that players want to play for. You see Hilary Knight coming to Montreal. And that's exactly why when you can play with the likes of Marie-Philippe Poulain and such.
Bozek's shot is stopped by Maschmeyer, and as if Montreal wasn't tempting enough, you get the brand new arena you play that they share with the Laval Rocket of the AHL. And you just have to look behind the benches, just another reason why you'd want to go. Caroline Ouellette, Danielle Sauvageau, Lisa Marie Breton-Lebrun, three pioneers of this league, giving back to their team, and the leadership, the mentorship, pick a synonym for it, you're getting that experience from all assets of this organization. Certainly a model of the league, as we have a delayed penalty coming against the Montreal Canadiennes, as Howe skates to the bench and immediately has to turn back. Getting a quick sprint in.
Hey, you have to get your exercise in somehow if you're a goalie. This is a tough call, though, for Lorraine Rougeau. It's just had her stick on the ice and just caught the skate of somebody going by. I don't even know if she saw who she tripped. So a bit of a tough call. It was a trip nonetheless, but a tough instance there when you're in those corner battles. You have your head down trying to find the puck. But you have to sit for two regardless. And this is a big penalty kill for the Canadiennes. You don't want to fall into a 3-0 hole here.
You don't want to concede another power play goal as well. Here comes Markham looking to make it 3. Top line and top D pairing on the ice right now for the Markham Thunder. Fortina leaves it for her American compatriot. Box circling along the hash marks. Now the puck played back to Fortino. Christ pass for Bozek, just not in the right position for her to get a one-timer off. As Poulain works hard to try and play the puck. Bozek with some nice hand-eye to bat the puck out of the air, but Montreal still able to clear until Bozek disrupts that offensive flow and quickly up the ice for Stacey. Rattray with a gorgeous poke to play it to herself. Now finds Stacey. Stacey with a shot, reminding us that she can shoot the puck too. Almost played it with a high stick, but the referees will say Maschmeyer got a piece of it first. Bach now as Jones steps onto the ice. Stacey gets her change in. Webster comes out now for the Thunder. The captain, Larocque, goes over to Webster. Barbera now nearly completing this change, and finally the change is completed as Bach goes off and Richards comes out. Cross-ice pass for Webster just behind her, but Richards cleans it up. Richards behind the net. Jones takes a peek. Nice saucer pass over to Webster. Barbera now. 20 seconds to go on the Markham power play. Puck played down low. Quick shot up from Jones. She was trying to go into the roof, but a nice shoulder save from Maschmeyer. Daou pins Jones along the boards as there's just 5 seconds to go on this power play. Montreal doing well to keep the puck away from the front of the net as Rougeau steps back onto the ice, and we are 5-on-5. Got a whistle as Daou falls on the puck. So the faceoff will stay in the Montreal end, but we are back to even strength.
Yeah, that was a great penalty kill from Les Canadiennes. You saw they even may have had a great opportunity with Bate and Poulin going down, if not for a great stick from Megan Bozak. Marie-Philippe Poulin could have been in on a breakaway. So a good kill from Les Canadiennes, keeping Markham to the outside. And just doing a great job of stifling them, keeping those shots to have to come through pads and not finding lanes.
Seeing eye pass for Knight as she works on Fortino, but Fortino holds her position and then plays it around for Bozek. Up for Woods. Wasn't in the right position initially, but she was able to recover to corral that puck. As Olivia Atkinson plays it down low. Howe comes out to meet the puck. Atkinson, also a GTA product, hailing from Oakville. Attended school at McGill. She's actually the Rookie of the Year for the Martlets in 2015. Spent her junior days with the Oakville Hornets of the PWHL, and that's one of the key feeders leagues for women's hockey in this province. Forfar, great centering pass, looking for her teammate, but Montreal able to get some sticks in the slot and disrupt that pass. Good patience on display there from Forfar as Montreal is able to clear, and now we're starting to see the tired legs begin to creep in for Montreal as Jones does a fantastic job to receive that pass. Spinning around, Costa now loses the puck. Matucci thinks about the pinch, but instead retreats and gets ready for some defense. Levine over the blue line. On the left side, centering attempt is stopped by Rapace. Been very impressed with Rapace's defensive awareness. Always seems to be in the right position to disrupt those passing lanes. 5 to go in the second. Montreal staring down a 2-goal deficit, looking to cut into it late in this second period. Costa up for Jones. She bobbles it, and it ends up with Saunier. Saunier skating around the gauntlet, turns around, cuts back to the middle, finds Poulin, gets it right back. Saunier for Ambrose. Slap shot from the point, takes a deflection off Matucci, and misses wide. Poulin shot from the circle, rebound in front, but a great play by Ella Matucci to knock that puck away. But it's still with Les Canadiennes. Poulin, another shot. That one also didn't miss by much, and the rebound once again finding its way into the slot. Great attack from Montreal here. 3 bona fide scoring chances. But Markham holding their ground. Ambrose with a shooting lane. Wrist shot wide, off the post, and in. Not sure if it hit a body in front, but it won't matter. Montreal back in the game. I think that one's going to go to Erin Ambrose. And she's leading the flyby, so I would have to think she did, as she gets a nice ovation from her hometown friends and family in the crowd.
Yeah, great shot there from Erin Ambrose. Sneaking that one by Ella Matucci, who got caught trying to block that shot. And Eric Howe may have got a piece of that one. It just squeaks by. But a long shift and a tough shift for the all-rookie defense pairing of Gina Rapace. So a long shift getting caught against arguably the best line in the CWHL, and it eventually pays off in a goal for Les Canadiennes.
And that's a tough one for Howe, as not only was that just a great seeing eye shot, but she had Ann-Sophie Bate standing right in front of her on a fantastic screen as Rattray looks to answer, and a quick whistle. The Markham bench erupting, saying it was a quick whistle, but the referee pointing out that the net came right off its moorings, and that's the second time we've seen a little net maintenance required.
Yeah, Markham arguing it looked like Lorraine Rougeau may have pushed the net off. Her hands were on the post when she came in. Whether it was a lack of awareness, not seeing the net and trying to stop yourself, but she came in and pushed the net off very hard in what was a tremendous opportunity for the Thunder. So and Markham calling for a penalty. The referee out by the blue line was saying, that's not my call to make. And obviously the referee behind the net didn't see it. So perhaps getting away with one there, pushing the net off.
And that's an automatic penalty shot if it was done intentionally. So no wonder we had some words from the Markham bench.
And especially when it's a great scoring opportunity. That's usually when you see those intentional pushing the net off opportunities.
Last-ditch effort. And You just have to credit this top line once again for Markham. Rattray came out to create offense immediately. She's really picked up her game in the past few matchups for this Markham Thunder squad. We know what she's capable of. Obviously, Hockey Canada does as well. But she's just another weapon. If you can get her going to complement Bach, Stacy, and the rest of the All-Stars for this Markham Thunder team. We saw LaRocque with a nice move on her knees, spinning around, controlling the puck, and disrupting that offensive flow as Markham's able to send it down the length of the ice, and they'll get off for a line change.
Yeah, Jocelyn LaRocque's been doing that for so long, her 7th season. It's been so successful in being that steady defensive defenseman, and has really carved a great career out of it.
Oh, that's her calling card, is steady and reliable. Up the ice comes Les Canadiennes, Geneviève Bannon. She stops. D to D, and a reaching effort from Desrochers to keep that puck in the zone. Backhand centering feed intended for Deschênes, and Markham's able to clear. Webster now. Poking it ahead, racing against the goal scorer Ambrose. To get tangled up along the boards, and the puck somewhere along that yellow ribbon sitting flush against the ice. Puck pinned against the boards, and we'll have a whistle as time ticks down. Just 2:37 to go in this second period.
Markham has really pushed the pace since that goal. You could sense the urgency coming back and getting their life back. When you have that 2-0 lead, they sort of sat back and just said, we're going to let everything happen. And once it became 2-1, you can sense the pace pushing into the Canadian zone as Markham with a conscious effort to start to forecheck instead of trying to play defense all the time.
Get social with the CWHL. Follow us at the CWHL on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and join in the discussion, hashtag and at the CWHL. Montreal can't clear. Fortino picks up the puck, skates it in along the boards. Heads up, tries to cycle and leave it for Costa. She's able to do so. Shot from the Thunder takes the deflection, as that was Melanie Nicole Brown for Markham going down to get that shot off, as I get my 17s crossed up for a moment there.
And this end of the period is going to be so important for both teams. The end of the period here has to be a momentum builder, as if you're the Thunder, you don't want to go into this giving up a late goal. And for the Canadiennes, it has to be exactly that. You want to go into this, try to get this game tied, or at least have the momentum going into the third.
LaRocque disrupts that shot and sends it down the length of the ice. Mashmeyer out to play it. Flips into the corners. Claymont Hydra is met by Bach. Jamie Lee Rattray now skating around the net. Looks up. Great pass. And the shot blocked in front. LaRocque had a very good opportunity there. But Montreal stands their ground. Bach behind the net, and we'll have likely coincidental minors coming up. And that's exactly what it's going to be, as both Jocelyn LaRocque and Katja Clément Hydra head off, as they got tangled up away from the play there.
Yeah, perhaps just some frustration getting out for both of them, getting caught in the corner, and when you get those skates tangled, you're trying to throw each other off, and eventually it gets a little too aggressive. Good call by the referee, sending both players to the box, as I think that was the right call. No instigator. Nobody was being the aggressor in that situation. As we're just sorting out now whether it's going to be 5-on-5 or 4-on-4, and this actually may be a big swing, as it appears it is going to be 4-on-4.
It is 4-on-4, yeah.
So you have probably the most skilled players on the ice for both teams. This is where the speed definitely becomes a factor.
Stacy and Rattray, the forwards right now for Markham. As Stacy gets hauled down by Rougeau, no call. Puck work back to Bozek. Backpedaling, heading towards the center of the ice, and she just plays it in the corner. Stacy picks it up, worked on by Rougeau, as Rattray gets the puck back to Bozek. That shot off the top of the pads of Mashmeyer and right back to the point. Another shot from Bozek. This time it's blocked by Poulin. You would swear Montreal was on the penalty kill right now, as Markham had possession for the first 40 seconds of 4-on-4. But here comes Ann-Sophie Bate now. Has Poulin centering pass attempt, but Fortino gets a piece of it, and Bach picks it up. Stacy tries to pick it up on the backhand, and there's a battle now along the boards as Fortino works hard to get the puck out, kicks it ahead to herself and now to Stacy. Just too far though for Stacy as Montreal is able to regain possession. Bate up for Poulain. Marie-Philippe Poulain, toe drag, backhand, and a nice save from Howe. I'm not sure what was nicer, the move or the stop from Howe. And that's the beauty of 4-on-4 hockey right there, Alec.
Yeah, Laura Fortino trying to create some offense. Just gets caught coming the other way. And what a toe drag from Marie-Philippe Poulain. Nice job by Eric Howe to stick with it and come all the way across. But just a fantastic toe drag, and the creativity on display there from Marie-Philippe Poulain. Just ran out of space. And when you're caught in that spot, you either have to put it under the bar or put it into the body of the goaltender. And great job there by Erica Howe to stick with it and keep this a one-goal game.
And stick handling in a telephone booth there was Poulain. Knight shot goes off Barbera. She gets tangled up, still tangled up with Knight. 15 seconds to go in the period. Saunier circling the wagon. Has Ambrose. Let's go. A slap shot. High of the net. Amard now trying to get a piece of it. But Bach's able to collect. As time ticks down in this second period, Markham will head to the dressing room with a 2-1 lead. And when we come back to the third period, we will have 25 more seconds of 4-on-4 hockey. And wow, that could be a dangerous start to the period for either team if Montreal is able to tie it or Markham is able to increase their 2-goal lead. Alec Reed heading down the ladder from our booth just over center ice here as he gets set to grab a rink-side interview. As Markham still only putting up 4 shots officially in this second period. And one of those shots was an absolute rocket from Victoria Bach. And she will be Alec's guest rinkside as she makes her way over the ice. She's got 2 goals, leading all rookies with a fantastic start to the season. 14 now for Victoria Bach, and getting rewarded for her efforts as she gets invited to the USA-Canada Series. And it looks like she's ready to go down below with Alec Reed.
Thanks, Adam. Joined now by Victoria Bach, the only goal scored on the day for the Markham Thunder. And Victoria, was a great couple of goals for you. What can you sort of credit to the success that you've had tonight?
I think most of that success has to go to my line mates. I think, we're all working hard. We're buzzing out there. And, I've got a couple of nice passes from Ratty and a couple of the girls. And overall, I think we're all just working really hard. And definitely a lot of credit to my line mates.
A bit of a lineup change for you, playing with Jamie Liratre and playing with Laura Stacey. Where did that lineup change come from, and where do you see that going forward?
Yeah, I think, we're coming into crunch time. I think we're just trying to build some chemistry as a team. And obviously, I think, it's an amazing opportunity to get to play with those 2 elite players. And, I think we're just working hard and using our speed out there and, hoping good things happen. Just keep working hard.
So All-Star Weekend last weekend for you. What's it like getting back into the swing of things, and how was the All-Star Weekend for you?
Yeah, obviously, just to even be able to play in that game was, a huge honor, and I think getting to play with all the best players in the world truly was pretty awesome, and I think, we just made the most of it and had a lot of fun.
All right, well, third period coming up. Good luck rest of the way. Adam, back to you.
Thank you, Alec, and thank you, Victoria. Victoria Bach has 2 goals as her Markham Thunder lead Les Canadiennes de Montréal 2-1. After 2 periods of play, we'll be right back to recap the opening 2 periods and get you set for the third here on CWHL Live.
Like people, businesses have their journey, their path, sometimes straight, but more often evolving, growing, and adapting. And like people, businesses' needs change, creating the need for knowledge in areas like accounting, consulting, and tax. Areas critical to your continued growth and success, all part of the journey, and all part of what we do together with you. So that when your business has arrived, it's ready to keep going. MNP, wherever business takes you.
Sanderson passes it to Westfall, takes a shot, and it's a no-goal. Westfall passes it to Sanderson, who passes it to Bobby Orr.
Tried a shot that was wide of Keenan, cleared it but not out. Bobby Orr, behind the net to Sanderson, Orr! Bobby Orr! The Boston Bruins! Up the center, coming in as Lou, Newendike center net, and that scores! Manny McDonald! 5-10. Left to play in the second. Here's Lemieux. His center penalty coming out. Look at Lemieux. Oh my heavens. What a goal. What a move. Lemieux. Oh baby. Here's a shot. Henderson made a wild stab for it and fell. Here's another shot. Right by the score. Henderson has scored for Canada.
And the crowd goes wild.
Like people, businesses have their journey, their path, sometimes straight, but more often evolving, growing, and adapting. And like people, businesses' needs change, creating the need for knowledge in areas like accounting, consulting, and tax. Areas critical to your continued growth and success, all part of the journey, and all part of what we do together with you. So that when your business has arrived, it's ready to keep going. MNP, wherever business takes you.
Pleased to welcome you back inside the Thornhill Community Center where the score is Victoria Bach 2 and Les Canadiennes de Montréal 1. Here as the Markham Thunder sit up a goal heading into the third period. Adam Jenkins and Alec Reed here with you on CWHL Live. Happy to have you along with us. And this really tonight has been a battle of the top lines for both teams.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And we talked about it in the first period. Coach Jim Jackson switching up his top line, putting his best players together, getting that line of Jamie Lee Rattray with Victoria Bach and Laura Stacey all together. And we've seen the results. They've been buzzing for every shift. You see just a relentless offensive pressure when you have three of the best players. Very similar to what the top line for Les Canadiennes has done with Bate, Saunier, and Poulin, and creating that offense. Now, Aaron Ambrose, the recipient of that line, creating that offense, tiring down a long shift for Gina Rapace and Ella Matucci, and eventually finding one and squeaking that home. But it has been a battle of the top two lines, and they've really been the two lines that have created all of the offense, it seems like, in this game for both teams.
And you got to give credit where credit is due. Erica Howe has been very solid in net for Markham, stopping 29 of the 30 shots she's faced, and the one she let in, I don't think she saw for a second with Ann-Sophie Bate right in front of her. Should be a very exciting third period, and happy to see a much closer game than what we saw back in October, and that's the kind of thing that a team like Markham's going to have in the back of their mind, and that can go one of two ways. That can either weigh you down, and especially if you get down early, which Markham didn't do tonight, or conversely, you use it as motivation and say, hey, this is a team we can potentially be seeing in the playoffs. We know we can beat them. We swept them last year in the semifinals of the Clarkson Cup playoffs. So let's take it to them. Let's embrace home ice and play good 60 minutes of hockey. And so far, they've played a good 40 minutes of hockey.
Yeah, I think you have to play with that sense of, anybody can win on any given day, especially when the teams are so close and you've seen each other enough times this year. And, getting beat 7-1 and giving up 12 goals in a weekend isn't a great situation, and not one you ever want to have. But I think the Thunder have learned from that. They've discovered what they need to do right, and have really sort of turned the corner since then. Going into this playoff push, we're starting to really get down to the nitty-gritty in terms of games, and every game is now important. So for the Thunder, trying to get one against the top team in the league in terms of record on points per game, it's so important. If they can take one or two, now we potentially are pulling up into that third place spot, and not having to face Lake Canadiennes in the first round, which is not something you want to see.
Yeah, that'd be a big thing. Not that the Calgary Inferno were a much easier task, and Markham so far this year has struggled with Calgary. Montreal sitting just 4 points back, of the Inferno, though they do have 2 games in hand. But Lake Canadiennes have been on a roll lately, 8-1-0-1 in their last 10 games, and certainly playing like it so far in this one. Poulin and Bach meet up at center ice as the puck is dropped on the third period, and we are back underway here in Markham. Fortino's going to lead the rush for the Thunder. She throws a shot on Maschmeyer. She's faced just 13 through the first 2 periods of play, and that'll be a directive from Jim Jackson is to get more rubber on Maschmeyer. Ambrose working around with Bate. Poulin now on the right side, cuts to the front, and Howe had to be sharp with the blocker as Larocque and Clément Hadra return to the ice as the short-lived 4-on-4 comes to a close. So we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Poulin, center of the ice for Clément Hadra. Picked up and skated in by Bozek. Bozek down the right side. Throws a pass in front, looking for Rattray, just off the mark, though. Clément Hadra gets rubbed up by Larocque. Very good defensive positioning from the Thunder captain. Not that will come to a surprise to anyone who knows the career of Jocelyn Larocque. Hilary Knight behind the net. Returns to the center of the ice. Throws it back in towards the center of the ice, and Bozek just knocked it away. Wondering why icing was waved off. The play continues.
I wish I had an answer for you. As we'll see an icing here. Perhaps referee seeing a deflection or somebody who could have played the puck but didn't. I was anticipating a whistle. It would have been an unfortunate icing, and I know Megan Bozek had a long shift there, was just trying to clear the puck out. But again, interesting, no icing call one way and now an icing call the other. It's a quick flip into the offensive zone.
Costa, big face-off win as the puck goes to Larocque. Her wrist shot takes the deflection in front, loose for a moment, and Costa nearly with a gorgeous redirect, but back comes Montreal. Slap shot from Saunier, sent into the corner by Howe. Saunier centering pass in front, but once again Howe there to make the save.
2 tremendous opportunities, one on each end. Nicole Costa with a great tip in front, almost gets by Marschmeyer, and then you see on the other end, a great positional save from Erica Howe. Has a tremendous opportunity in front.
Keeping her head on a swivel to identify the pass and the shooter. It was 1v1 with no defenders to be found, and once again, Howe continues to impress tonight. Webster, she plays it to the center of the ice looking for Richards. Puck bobbled in the slot, and Markham picks it up behind the goal line. Marie-Joëlle Allard there now. Pinning the puck along the ribbon. Using her strength to push the puck along to the right, and finally picked up an open space by Montreal. Olivia Atkinson plays it down. Howe leaves it for Rapace. As Markham tries to move the puck around quickly, but they turn it over. Poulin over to Bate. Bate had a goal in the All-Star game just last Sunday at Scotiabank Arena. It was awesome to be in attendance for that one. Shot blocked from Jenna McParland. Matucci has to retreat in the corner. Saunier again. That puck takes a deflection off a skate, but Markham able to clear, but not out of their zone. Desrochers falls to the ice as Webster and her collide. Trying to dig the puck out along the boards, but the whistle is blown.
This is not the ideal matchup, I think, that the Thunder would have wanted here. As you can see, a quick change to get that top line of Bach, Rattray, and Laura Stacey out against the Poulin line. See, the one line I think that you're the most dangerous but worst situation for if Lake Canadiennes have them out. And we've seen them create offense when you don't have the right matchup out against them. So,
and Jackson certainly taking advantage of his home ice last change as Bach looks for the hat trick, but she sends that one well wide. Rattray digs the puck out, tries to send it back to the slot, but Saunier says no to that. And here comes Bate. Backhand shot kicked away. Stacy, opportunity to play it ahead for Bach, but Ambrose gave her no space to work with, nor did she give her any time. Poulain leaves it for Saunier. Saunier back in front, intended for Poulain, just in front of her. Rougeau now. Lauriane Rougeau, nice shoulder fake. Drops the puck into the corner as Montreal changes. Certainly some tired legs for Les Canadiennes. But the danger still present as that shot from Rougeau is saved, and then a great defensive effort to avoid any kind of rebound into what was a wide open net, and Rattray has to change, forcing Stacy to stay out just a few seconds longer.
Another great opportunity there for Karel Amar. Her second great chance on back-to-back shifts. Now for the stick of Jamie Lee Rattray, she could have had a goal there.
Costa ties up her check as Fortino stumbles. Brown comes back to help her out, but a little bit too much mustard on that pass and a turnover. Markham able to clear, though. Jones was reaching for the puck, but just too far in front of her stick as Montreal ices the puck, and we'll have a face-off down nearby to Emmerins Mashmeyer.
Big opportunity here for the Thunder now. So you can see a great opportunity as Amar just sneaks in the back door, has a wide open net. Jamie Lee Rattray just with a quick stick there, clearing that one away. Good defensive awareness, realizing where the players are on the ice. And if you don't see one, chances are there's one behind you. So good job by Rattray with her head on a swivel.
Rattray set up a couple nice goals. She's a very good passer, but she's also, I think, one of, if not the smartest player on the ice.
And that's what you need, are those players that can play both ends of the ice, because you can leave them out on every situation. You don't have to take them out when the games are tight and you're trying to hold on to a lead. It makes every player just that much more versatile.
Shot from just inside the point is blockered away. Larocque tying up her check as she gets tangled up with Geneviève Bannon. Costa goes off the boards. Forfar comes in to give chase from the left wing. McParland does a swim dodge around a pair of Montreal players as McParland tries to skate the puck out of the zone, gets it knocked off her stick by Bannon, and she has to reset. Rapace finds her deep partner Matucci. She'll skate it and try to make the red line, but she's stripped of the puck, and here comes the top line for Montreal. Poulain over to Saunier. Too strong and wasn't carefully corralled as Poulain turns and fires a slap shot that takes a deflection and goes wide. Bataille up for Poulain. She lets a shot go and nearly finds the inside of the far post. The momentum pendulum continues to swing back and forth here in the third period as we are through 6 minutes of play here. Poulain again. Pass for Saunier. Stops up looking for Poulain. Can't get there. Bataille, though, shot. No one covering Saunier in front, and if not for a quick whistle, that could have been dangerous for Montreal as Saunier gets knocked to the ice.
Players coming back there, I believe it might have been Jenna McParland clearing the front of the net. And excuse me, I believe that was, may have actually been
retreating player. There was,
it would have been Laura Fortino, I believe, coming back.
Where that hit becomes dangerous is because of the quick whistle. The hit comes after the whistle. Not that you're allowed to hit anyways. I'm actually a little bit surprised, to be honest with you, that Markham's not sending a player to the box.
I think the referee was just looking, trying to find the puck, and neither ref was able to see that one.
That puck was deflected in front by Amar. So the faceoff will come outside of the Markham zone.
One thing I've noticed early in this third period, Adam, a couple of really bad turnovers by the Thunder right at the blue line. And we talk about that 5-foot rule, 5 feet on either side of the blue line. You're not allowed to make turnovers because that's the danger zone. If you turn the puck over there, it's going to be a quick transition back into your own zone. And both Les Canadiennes have caught them on multiple opportunities and had some great opportunities because of it.
And the other thing that surprises me, one last note on Sonia getting sent to the ice, is that hit happened because the defense was so out of position, which again makes me question perhaps why it wasn't interference or body contact even. Body checking, excuse me, as Bozak tries to send that one around, and once again Markham just unable to clear the zone. Montreal with all kinds of pressure, but a good read there from Bozak as Markham finally able to clear, and now attacking. Bach leaves it for Rattray. Saucer pass towards Bach, but Mashmeyer comes out and gloves it down as Bach goes flying into the back of the net. She's put the puck in there twice. Now she herself is stuck behind Maschmeyer.
Boy, has this line been buzzing. Every time they're getting this transition play, you talk about the speed of all three of them. As Laura Stacey makes a nice job to get that puck up. Victoria Bach sends it over to Jamie Lee Rattray on the wing, and with all that time and all that space, creating opportunities, it doesn't result in a goal this time, but like you said, Adam, the passing of Jamie Lee Rattray has really been on display tonight. It's just a great job by Maschmeyer to get her glove in front of that. Those saucer passes can be dangerous if it deflects off a pad, comes out, perhaps hits a shin pad, bounces into the net. So Maschmeyer doing a great job just attacking that one. Almost like a soccer goaltender coming out of the crease, getting that puck before it can find the stick of anyone in front.
And the former Harvard Crimson takes a second to reset her. You can see the straps on the back of her helmet came undone as Bach went in flying. Maschmeyer is a 3-time IIHF World Silver Medalist as well. Was actually drafted by Calgary back in 2016 with the 5th overall selection. She's played 2 seasons, however, now here in Montreal. Once again, she's being tested as Markham buzzes in front, and Woods gets into a little shoving match. Woods never one to shy away from a little aggression.
Taylor Woods, the veteran on this line, playing with Kelly Gribbins and Ailish Forfar, and perhaps showing a little bit of that energy and that youthfulness of her line mates, trying to get in and spark something for her team.
And Woods is just a player you love to play with for that feistiness, for the experience she brings. She was a national champion back with the Notre Dame Hounds. She actually played with Ella Matucci on that national championship winning team. You mentioned earlier a lot of the Ivy Leaguers. She's one of them going to Cornell. Speaking of Ivy League, Stacey steals the puck and back comes the Thunder. Stacey smothered by Poulet. Take a glance to see if a red sleeve had an arm in the air, but they did not when we continue. Saunier, right idea with the pass, but once again, Bozak stands her ground and reads the pass and breaks it up as Stacey skates through a couple checks and then just gives a bit of a pop to Erin Ambrose. She loses her stick. She has to head to the bench. Montreal trying to skate it out of the zone. A tough pass for Knight as Brown steals it. Brown now takes a shot. Turned away by Maschmeyer. Shot from the corner. Maschmeyer had to be quick and alert to get that one as Rattray struggles to get back to the bench after a very long shift. More pressure from the Thunder. Costa now plays it ahead for Jones. Once again centering passes. Matucci comes in and knocks that puck down, and Maschmeyer has to cover up just to slow things down and calm things down in front of her.
Yeah, the relentless energy now coming from the Markham Thunder may have all started from that incident in front of the net with Taylor Woods giving a couple of shoves, trying to get the energy back. And you see the top line come out. Now the Jones-Costa line following suit and maintaining that high energy. And that's exactly what the Thunder need to do. You're going up against probably the highest energy team in the entire league. You need to keep a frenetic pace just to maintain a 2-1 lead.
And Costa, Jones, and Brown actually started this game for the Markham Thunder, although they've been the number 2 line of the night so far. Costa tries to break up that pass, but it finds its target in Olivia Atkinson. She throws one along that goes in between the blue paint and the bottom of the circle. Markham clears into the feet now of Brown, and she just sends it the rest of the way and heads off for a change.
Been a big switch in the Thunder. A lot of short shifts, rolling all 4 lines. But no line has been out there for more than 30 seconds.
Markham's third line getting some time now as Bozak makes another nice play to break things up. Sends it along for Richards, who weaves her way and lets the puck roll into the corner. Becca King comes in now. Gets a stick on it. She plays like a bull, and I mean that in the best kind of way. She just puts her head down and goes to work, and Poulet is likely getting thrown out of this game. The call on the ice, from the signal, at least from the official, is just body checking. I don't think that was intentional at all, but definitely a scary play, and I'm very surprised that this is a 2-minute minor, as at least initially called.
Yeah, dangerous spot there. You know that definitely is not intentional. Sometimes you're just trying to pin someone to the boards or perhaps put your hand on their back to get around and play the puck. And a little bit too much force there from Marie-Philippe Poulin just puts Jenna McParland in an awkward position. And when you're playing from someone from behind in that spot, you have to be very careful, especially when you're that far away from the board. Just lucky everyone's okay. That's
just it. There's no room to stop there for Poulin. I think she did slow up a little bit, but as you mentioned, when you're that far, they call that the danger zone as well on the boards because of the potential for going in neck first. But luckily, it's everyone's all good to go, and we continue, and Markham has a chance to grab an insurance marker. Buck on the ice, played in front for Stacey, rebound, Mashmeyer makes a couple great saves, but the puck is still loose. Stacey again, gets it right back, top of the circle, goes over for Bach, takes a look, doesn't like what she sees, trying to find Stacey with a great pass, but turned away by Desrochers. Montreal able to clear, Markham gets onside, and Stacey leads the rush in. Stacey behind the net, looks up, has Bozek, and she goes there. Stacey goes off for changes. Bozek lets a shot go, and Mashmeyer had to be quick to kick that pad out. A minute gone in the power play for the Markham Thunder. Fortino's shot blocked in front by Knight. That's Jill Saunier. As Larocque plays it back, trying to find Fortino, but a poor pass, to be blunt. And that'll allow Montreal to get a change.
Yeah, Markham overthinking themselves on this power play so far, trying to thread some passes through. Best chance they had was a quick pass to the slot rather than trying to go across the ice.
Barbera goes along the blue line for Larocque. Back to the point, Richards over for Barbera. Slowly working her way down, goes for Jones. Jones back up to Barbera. Over to Larocque as Markham patiently waits for something to open up. Back to Jones. D pass now. Barbera leaves it for Larocque as the penalty expires. A shot for Jones in front, but once again, Mashmeyer answers with the trapper. A little unorthodox, but it got the job done, and Marie-Philippe Poulin comes back onto the ice as the power play has expired.
Yeah, right here's the best chance, that pass right into the slot for Stacey. And there's Rattray, you can see digging away at it. And a good group effort by Les Canadiennes to come in and swarm and clear that puck out of the crease. But that was potentially the best chance other than a Megan Bozek shot from the line. A lot of cross-ice passes. The Thunder were trying to create something and just couldn't get anything through. You saw the simplest pass was the one right to the slot and a quick shot. Just crashed the net and tried to find the puck.
Rattray pokes it in. Bach shows off her speed, racing to get to the puck first. Tries to center with an Ola backhand pass, but it's picked up by Sarah Lafleur as she skates it in on 3 Thunder defenders. Lafleur on the backhand, goes around for Poulin. Atkinson takes the shot, rebound in front, loose. Lafleur trying to get a stick on it, but Markham able to clear it away, but not out. Desrochers, Poulin now with a slap shot, tipped in front, I believe, off of Bozek and out of play.
You can expect to see a lot of Marie-Philippe Poulin as this game ticks down. Now in crunch time, you need your best player to create some offense. And leads the team in goals, leads the league in goals, leads the league in points. You're going to expect to see her a lot as we get down into the last half of this third period.
And cause and effect, that means you're going to see a lot of Bach, Stacey, and Rattray as Montreal wins that face-off, tipped and sent into the corner. Forfart, Gribbins, and Woods on the ice right now for the Thunder. That pass for Woods goes over his stick as Daou recovers. Backhand pass for Amar. She pokes it ahead. Racing with Larocque as Larocque drives her into the boards. Gribbins and Larocque. It's a bit of a rugby scrum down low as Knight throws a slap shot on goal. But Howe covers up and makes a very significant save in what could have been a scary chance anytime Hillary Knight is buzzing around the net.
Yeah, if anyone's going to find that short side hole, it's going to be Hillary Knight. So you can see Howe having to go down, leaving just that top of the net. Knight trying to squeeze that through the arm. Erica Howe doing a great job of just squeezing that one. It's quite often you see when that puck gets into that chest area, often bounces and sits in front of the net. So Erica Howe doing a great job squeezing that in between her arm to stop that one.
Knight, another player on this Canadian roster who's almost a point per game player. 7 goals, 8 assists in her first 16 goals of the season, a +9. Got a game-winning goal and a power play goal to her credit as well. And you'd have to think that finally winning that Olympic gold medal for a player like Hilary Knight is the last bit of confidence you need to really remind yourself that you belong with the game's best. And that she certainly does. Shot from the point, tipped into the corner. Picked up by Les Canadiennes. Great centering pass in front, but Howe stands her ground. Tamar Hadra was buzzing around the net looking for a rebound, and she gets to the loose puck now. Skates around Fortino behind the net. 7 minutes to play here in the third period. Fortino keeping Clement Hadra out in front of her. Rougeau gets caught down low as Jones comes out to block that. Puck loose in front. Howe sprawling around. She didn't know where it was for a minute. Markham able to clear, and they have a lot of tired legs on the ice, but can't change because Montreal is right back in possession. Ann-Sophie Bate, shot shoulder saved by Howe. Bate gets it right back, cycles it along the boards, plays it back for Poulain. Poulain goes to Ambrose. Ambrose, the lone goal scorer for Les Canadiennes. Poulain throws a saucer pass down low, a great telepathic read from Melanie Desrochers, who just couldn't get a stick on it, but she gets it right back. Shot blockered away, sticked away, by Howe. As she gets taken out by Bate, it has to be quick back to her feet. Poulain. Montreal with a relentless minute and a half of pressure here. Markham just clinging to their lead right now, trying to clear but still unable to do so. Once again, Ambrose picks up the puck. Costa keeping her out wide. Poulain now has Sonia wanting the one-timer. She gets it. Bit of a knuckle puck as it goes into the corner. Jones racing out to it. Bozek now. Markham desperately trying to clear the zone, and they'll finally be able to do so now. And Jones is going to skate it over the red line and go off for a much-needed change. And slow to the bench as Forfar and Bate collide.
Desperation shift from the Thunder, doing everything they could just to survive against this powerful top line. Thankful to still be out in front at 2-1 right now.
And that's exactly the kind of shift and stop you need for a team as they start to gear towards the postseason, because those gritty crunch time minutes are going to become ever more present, especially in the playoffs, as a controversial icing call is called, at least in the eyes of Les Canadiennes. And now, just a stat I wanted to bring up. There's a lot of remarkable things about this Les Canadiennes roster. The fact that they have 2 players tied at plus 26, Bate and Poulain. That's not often undercut by a lot of the more advanced stats, but when you're plus 26, that tells you that you are in the right position at the right time.
Well, not only that, but it means you're not getting all of your goals on the power play. You're getting a lot of even strength goals and winning those even strength battles, and that's where the game is won and lost. Everyone's can score a lot of goals on the power play if you're a skilled player, but when you can win 5-on-5, it's all the more impressive.
Kim Deschamps wanted a penalty as Larocque knocked the stick out of her hands. She now plays it ahead for Richards. Pump fake on the shot, but gets the puck knocked off her stick. Under 5 minutes to play here in the third on CWHL Live. Happy to have you along with us. We've been treated to a classic here on Saturday night, and there is still plenty of hockey to be played. Lafleur keeps the puck away from Markham only momentarily. They're finally able to recover as Rattray gets tangled up, and Markham now with a chance. Stacy spins, fires, and paddled away. Rattray backhand on the cycle as Rougeau also on the back end plays it along for Marie-Joëlle Allard. Lauriane Rougeau. Great read by Fortino to come in and keep the puck deep in Montreal territory. Montreal would surely love to get their top line on the ice to play with Stacy, Bach, and Rattray. Fortino thought about the pass, spins around instead. That puck took a deflection and almost to Montreal's detriment as that just misses the underside of the crossbar. Montreal needs to skate the puck out of the zone if they want to get their line change in, and that's exactly what they do as Clement Hadra works the puck down and Howe comes out. Howe has to be careful as Knight's right there to greet her, but she's able to return to her net in time. Pass intended for Desrochers in front, but it's blocked away. Poulain now with a quick shot, and Howe with a quick glove to keep that one out.
What a terrible bounce that could have been for the Thunder. Saw Megan Bozek just clear that puck, goes around the boards and hits that stanchion. And of course pops right onto the stick of Marie-Philippe Poulain. Erica Howe calm and composed as she's been all game. Sees that one through the traffic and snares it with the glove. Made that one look very easy. That was not an easy save at all.
I was about to point out the exact same thing. She just looks calm and relaxed, even though we are just under 3.5 minutes to play, and that's the exact kind of demeanor you want from your goaltender. Ambrose skates the length of the ice backwards and then finally goes down low for Bate, gets it right back. Ambrose throws a shot that's gloved down by Matucci, and she clears the puck, but too far, as that should be an icing call, and it is, as Desrochers races back to preserve precious seconds. 3:04 to play in the third.
That was a great play from Matucci, but right now the wingers of the Thunder aren't pressing the D, and you see Aaron Ambrose getting an opportunity to just sit back and almost captain it like a power play. If the Thunder are going to win this game and finish this one out, they need to press on the defense and force the issue, because right now they're just getting free shots. Ellen Matucci made a great play to stop that one, but
Montreal wins the faceoff, but Markham blocks it and Gribbins races out to try and keep Desrochers away from the puck, and King's able to do so as the fourth line has done their job. A late change keeps Forfar on the ice, as she does well to get back onside, and Richards sends that puck down low. 2.5 to play. Poulin stripped of the puck. Richards now, and they will call Markham for offside. Richards doesn't like the call. I'm a little bit puzzled myself.
yeah, the referee actually lowered her hand.
Yeah, it looked like she gestured glove pass, but
it seemed like there was an offside that she had originally indicated, and then decided that it wasn't, but then blew the whistle for the offside nonetheless. So, interesting call. And while it may have been offside, a little bit of mixed signals there from the lineswoman.
so Forfar stays out with McParland and Richards. Driven hard into the boards from Richards. Trying to see who's slow to their feet there. Looks like it's Carol Amar. Montreal saying, if you're going to give us a penalty for a similar looking play, we expect one there, but tough one with just over 2 minutes to go to give up the penalty this late in the game. Montreal battering away. Howe stands her ground. Forfar tries to clear, but gets the puck knocked off her stick. Bozek. Forfar again trying to just force that puck over the blue line, but Montreal standing their ground. Saunier gets it for a second, but McParland pokes it away. Saunier again stops up, shakes off Fortino. Backhand pass intended for Amar. Markham tries to clear. Forfar. But once again, Montreal able to hold the blue line, and then Richards with a great job to poke that one away. LaFour just sort of fell asleep at the wheel for a minute. And that will allow Markham to change as McParland battles to keep that puck alive. McParland taken in hard to the boards by Ambrose. Maschmeyer out of the Montreal net, so it's 6-on-5 hockey. Stacey, a chance to ice it on the back end. Not going to be enough power, but here comes Buck racing in looking for the hat trick. A case could potentially be made for interference, but once again, whistles pretty much all but away here with just over a minute to play. Bate spins. Under a minute to play now. The crowd coming alive. They sense what could be a huge upset in the making. Ambrose over to Saunier. That shot, slap shot, goes wide. Down low for Knight. Centering pass attempt for Saunier in the slot, but Larocque breaks it up, and then Larocque sends Bate to the boards, and this time that's going to be called, and that's a tough penalty for your captain to take with 34 seconds to play. So 6-on-4 hockey for Montreal. Can they do it?
Yeah, you can't discredit the effort from Jocelyn Larocque, just trying to make the play and trying to get that puck out. Obviously voicing her displeasure with the official, and that is a tough call, but in this situation, I believe it's a call you have to make. Bate, again, in a vulnerable position, you can see just pulls the stick in, and both, as you can see, both officials putting the arm up. I do believe it was a penalty, and it's just a tough call. You're obviously frustrated in this situation, 40 seconds to go. You never want to have a penalty, but you got to survive now. They've killed off all the chances that they've had on the penalty kill so far. For Markham, you just got to do it one more time.
Montreal uses their timeout. No surprise there, as Caroline Huet wants to draw up a play. It's the 12th minor penalty of the year for Jocelyn Larocque, and this is going to be a very tough 35 seconds for her as she has to watch with her hands tied in the box.
Yeah, there is no worse feeling than sitting in the box when your team is clinging to a lead, because there is absolutely nothing you can do. If you're on the bench, it's one thing, but when you're in the box, you know that there's that extra little bit weighing on you. Huge face-off right here.
Clément Hadrier to take it. She is the beneficiary of the empty net. Ties up the man, and Montreal able to work the puck back to the point. Ambrose, does she have more magic in her? Goes over for Poulain, but that's wide. Knight has to recover in time to keep the puck in. 20 seconds to go. Poulain shot, blockered away, rebound in front, but Markham able to clear into the corner. Ambrose, Poulain, shot kicked in front, loose, and no one able to find a stick on it. Hillary Knight was the closest Canadienne player there. 5 seconds to go. Poulain shot blocked in front by Stacey. Another shot, another block by the Thunder. What a stand, a third block! And Markham hangs on. Black and blue, they gave it literally everything they had as their teammates swarmed the ice to appreciate the effort. But we have to watch if they're able to get to their feet, because it looks like a couple of them are slow. Those were a few cannons from Poulain. Okay, Stacey's on her feet now. Looks like the rest of them are as well. And now the hugs can officially begin, now that we know that everyone is okay, as we take a look now at the last few seconds of this one.
Yeah, you saw that effort. Erica Howe doing what she has done all game, just standing tall, creating that save, and then Laura Stacey wearing one. You saw Megan Bozek taking one. Kristen Richards in front taking one. Everyone with the effort to just hold on to the lead. And you talk about winding up. Marie-Philippe Poulain just like cannons letting them go. They're one by one, players going to the ice, but that's what it takes when you're clinging to that lead. All hands on deck. What an effort. What an effort defensively from the Markham Thunder.
I have never seen 3 consecutive blocks
where
in the dying seconds of the play.
All 3, you could feel how much it hurt. Getting it in a tough spot on the shins, on the top of the knee, just has to be painful. You're hoping that everyone's okay. A couple of bruises, you're going to put some ice on that one, and got to play tomorrow, so you're hoping everyone's okay.
What a fantastic end to this one, and for Markham Thunder fans, that's the effort you want to see. They just showed one of the best teams in the league. Hey, by the way, we're still Clarkson Cup champions, and we're going to defend it literally with everything we have.
And you could feel the fans getting behind them too. You could sense that energy, the oohs and ahs, the fans cheering on, the young girls in the front with the Let's Go Thunder chants, waving the flags. The energy in this building was electric right up till the final whistle.
And some of the young girls in the crowd going, am I sure I want to be a hockey player after watching Marie-Philippe Poulain step into a slap shot?
I don't know.
All kidding aside, that was
in a sane mind wants to step in front of that one. But for some reason, 3 Markham Thunder players walked in and blocked it. You have to credit the sacrifice. That's what it takes if you're going to beat Les Canadiennes. It has to take an effort defensively where you're going to protect the net at absolutely all costs.
So Laura Stacey, one of the wounded warriors from those final few seconds, the 3rd star of the game tonight, and she comes out to a nice ovation and just absolutely swarmed by the minor hockey players on the ice. No surprise, 47 shots faced, 46 saves. Erica Howe, the 2nd star of the night. I think it's safe to say she earned that honor, and I'll give you 3 bets at who's the 1st star, and I won't let the first 2 count.
If not for a 2-goal game, Erica Howe would be the 1st star of this game. But no doubt Victoria Bach, 2 more goals to add to her resume, and what an effort for all 3 of them. Just group effort. Stacey playing defense, killing penalties, blocking shots. Erica Howe, 46 saves, just remarkable in net tonight. And of course, Victoria Bach getting both of the goals for the Thunder. And there's no doubt that these 3 players right here are the key catalysts in the victory tonight for the Thunder.
Well, we hope that you at home enjoyed this one as much as we enjoyed calling it. They will face off again tomorrow. For fans interested in attending the game, a reminder that the game is in Bowmanville, not here in Markham, as they take the show on the road. And fans everywhere will be hoping for a repeat of that one. Down to the wire, but the Markham Thunder hang on for a 2-1 victory. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight here from CWHL Live. For my color commentator, Alec Reed, producer and director, Steve Mitchell, and the rest of the crew here at CWHL Live. My name is Adam Jenkins. Thanking you for tuning in. Markham wins 2-1. And man, oh man, what a game.